Hey guys, it's Jay Ponish here, and today we're going to be doing a replay review of Ginger. Now, he has submitted this replay through my Discord, which I'll leave a link to down in the description below, and in the hashtag replay submission text chat you'll be able to find all the information to submit your replays to me, and then we'll hopefully be able to review as many as possible on the Mockit TV YouTube channel here. So we'll get underway with this review here. Now, Ginger has given me some stats before we get underway with this video, and he's told me that he is Grand Champ in 1s and he's Grand Champ in 2s as well, and he doesn't play solo 3s. And he does play rank 3s, but he hasn't given me his rank, unfortunately. But you can get an idea, he's sort of a high-level Grand Champ player. And he says that his strengths are his kickoffs, his 50-50s, he's got strong rebound ability both in his defensive half and in his offensive half. He's also good at setting up backball passes, he's powerful shooting from anywhere on the pitch, he gets good power clears, and he's good at putting 90 hours in every 2 weeks. So that is a solid amount of gameplay, which of course is 45 hours a week, so that is a fair amount of gameplay. And he says his weaknesses are his fast jump boost aerial technique, which I did do a tutorial on, and that will be left in a link to that video at the end of this video, so feel free to check that one out, and I'll also put it down in the description below as well on how to do the fast jump aerial technique. And he also says his other weakness is that he sometimes doesn't rotate back fully. And so we'll be having a look at this one here, looking at his positioning, things like that, and see what we can improve on here. So we'll get underway now with this replay, and we'll point out different things such as his positioning, things like that. And of course, this is 3v3s as well, so there'll definitely be a lot more to notice. And his teammates didn't go for the ball there, so that is not going to help him in the slightest here. But Goldie has got a good clear. Ginger backed out a little bit early from that one. Should have seen that that guy was clearly going to beat him to the ball, so he should have just backed out, turn around, and the guy was already committed to the shot, so if he had to turn around, probably would have been able to get onto it a little bit easier. Both offense teammates, I should say, are driving away, so he chooses to sit back, and his teammates just got a goal, so good work to him. He saw his other teammate push up, and so he just sat back and waited in case they happened to get a big clear. So good positioning there from Ginger. He's chosen to get the corner boost, which is okay. Overblue has beaten him, and he's got bumps. As soon as Overblue was coming to him that close, he should have fallen back, because it's quite easy for Overblue to beat him in that situation, considering that he had a lot of ball control and a lot of space between Ginger. Goldie with a very nice area there, and Ginger tries to push up again, gets beaten by Overblue, so far just not quite able to make things happen. A good save though from the opposition. It's kind of hard for me as well doing this as well, because I'm used to sort of casting the matches and commentating on everyone, but I've got to focus specifically on what Ginger is doing here. So any comments in the description below as to what I could do better, what you guys would like me to focus on more, things you'd like me to pick up, etc., definitely let me know in the comments below, and I'll make sure to pick up on them. One thing there is Ginger definitely got caught out in the defense. He should have been a little bit further back in goals, considering how close they are. And there again, you can see just a bit of awkward positioning, sort of facing backwards. You're in that position when they're up in the air. You want to face towards the ball, and definitely sit back in the goals a little bit more, especially when they're really close to you. When they're further away, it's alright to sit out a little bit, but when they're nice and close, you want to sit back in the goals to give yourself as much time as possible to react and get a nice speed up to get a clear onto the ball. And Ginger is a very good ones player, and he's very good at dribbling, so it'll be interesting to see what he can do here. He does get it over Jules, but wasn't able to because he got actually hit out of the way by Jules as well. So he's stealing the boost, and he's going to steal the middle one as well, so good work to him. Good positioning here, really good positioning from Ginger there. Little bit of an interesting aerial. Probably didn't need to air roll sideways there. I mean, it does help a little bit get on target, but you can see that you killed it with your wheels. And so Ginger there should have actually just stayed front on, and then turned, ball came off when the ball got close to him. Front flip that one into the net. You'll be able to see it perfectly. You'll be able to get a nice hard hit onto it, and you won't be at risk of hitting your wheels. But he put the ball in either way, so they do have the lead. And I do know the result of this game. I haven't watched this replay before. I like to do these just watching it from first impressions and what I'm seeing. So the result is 3-1 that the end score will be. So they're only going to get one more goal, and it's 2 minutes 44. So I'm sure there'll be things here definitely that we'll be able to pick up on. Good shot from Ginger, but it's a little bit soft. He goes to the block on Jules. That was a good play, although at the same time, it's the reward of getting that dunk. Ball wasn't probably going to go in, and Jules is going to be hitting the ball regardless. So being on that necessarily wasn't the best. And there, shouldn't have jumped off the ground, just because they had the opportunity to pinch that underneath you and go towards the goals. And his teammates are going to be able to get the clear on that one. It's a good touch for them, distracting their enemy. And again, going for a lot of ambitious aerials off the wall. That's something you definitely need to look at a little bit more. You need to realize when, one, if you hit the ball, what are the risks versus the rewards of you hitting that shot. So there, twice you've flown off the wall, and you hitting the ball isn't really going to do much. It's not going to clear it really far. You're not going to be able to pass it to a teammate because you're caught on the wall. And if you miss it, well, one, you're out of the play because you're falling off the wall and you're floating through the air. And two, you're also going to potentially concede a goal if your teammates aren't there to save it and you're the last line of defense. So unless the ball's really high in the air, try and stay on the ground and clear it that way. Your teammates had an opportunity to score there and they have whiffed the dribbles. Nothing you can unfortunately do about that one. And then good attack there on Dreamy. Came across the side. Good thing there for Ginger was that if he attacked it and the guy popped it over him, he had a teammate in goals. And you just got to hope then that your teammate doesn't actually come out to the ball as well. So I'm sure there's communications in the Discord server for that one. And a good clear here. Caught in a little bit of an awkward situation. It's a good attack though. There you need to try and retreat into the center of the goals. You sort of hung out on the side there. And if they had put that at the far post, you would have probably been caught out there. So again, the other team, the orange team, missing a lot of shots. So you guys are getting pretty lucky here. Your teammate's going to attack that, so you did the right thing by staying in goals. And backwards defense, that's definitely a one thing that we can see coming out from Ginger here. So good work on the defense and a nice demo as well. So yeah, when they're dribbling, it's good to actually face backwards towards the goals. Ginger, you can see, already knows this, but for any of you guys who don't know this, it's definitely good to face towards your goals so that you can react and turn either way a lot easier than if you were driving backwards. And there, a really good goal there. You can see his teammate Goldie actually went for a freestyle, but Fresh Meme came in and scored that one. And he's got good positioning, staying away from his teammates. There, unfortunately, his teammates got hit. And a good clear from Fresh Meme. So he will get the boost. He sees he's got the time, so that's okay. And he should just hold back here. He's got 10 seconds. He's going to sit up in the middle. And then here's something that... There's a really good example of, I guess, what not to do. And it's what a lot of players will see do. We'll actually go back to this. Where was it? Right here. So we can see in this position here, Goldie is... Oh, Goddle? Sorry, my apologies. I've been saying his name wrong the whole game. But Goddle is driving to the right. And we've got Fresh Meme on the left of the field. So what Ginger should be doing in this situation is staying right in the middle. Or if anything, going to the left. Now, of course, Jules is going to clear this ball across the net. And we can see that, obviously, from him being on the wall there. And Jules is a very decent player, very top player in the Oceanic scene. So he is definitely going to hit that ball, and he will be clearing that across the net. And as we can see, he clears it away. Goddle's in front of him, so he's got first priority on this ball. We've got Dreamy coming across the other side of the wall, who could potentially hit it the other way, and Fresh Meme up on the wall. If Dreamy happens to hit this, the ball's going to go across the net, and he's going to get caught out. And then the other player who's over here on their team, over blue, may potentially be able to get a clear and score that all the way in. So what you just should have seen here is Goddle's going one way. You should have stopped, turned around, and gone the other way. And you always want to be going in opposite directions to what your teammates are, creating as much space on the field for each other as you can, and also making sure that you're not bundling up together so that the opposition can get easy clears. So you can see here, Ginger follows him all the way. Goddle actually decides to back out. It nearly worked out alright if Ginger had to hit that ball a little bit higher and a little bit earlier as well. So overall, not a bad game at all to watch. Yeah, as I've said, just positioning right at the end there. You always want to be staying away from your teammates if you can, rotating the opposite way to them. In terms of shot selection was fine. Especially on your half volley shots there, you just needed to jump a little bit higher or hit the ball a little bit earlier. And diagonal front foot through the ball, and that'll keep it nice and low. Apart from that, really good game. You can definitely tell he's up there towards the Grand Champ level. And overall, yeah, just positioning is the main thing, and keep working on those big clears, because you need to get them nice and big down the field. But apart from that, really good work, Ginger, and thank you for submitting your replay to this replay submission. I really appreciate it. And anyone else who wants to, again, I'll leave the link in the description down below for anyone who wants to check that out. So thank you very much, guys, for watching, and thank you for being here. Alright guys, that will wrap up this video. If you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like down below, and if you didn't, leave a dislike and let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, just let me know in the comments and I'll be sure to make plenty more like this in the future. Make sure you hit the subscribe button as well to find out when we upload all of our new videos here on Mockit TV. And of course, check out the description below where I'll have all of my social media details, like my Twitch, where I live stream at least once a day, as well as my Twitter, which will let you know when I go live. And make sure you check out Mockit's social media as well. That will all be in the description below. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I have been It's J Ponage, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.